In this video, I'll share with you the 10 varieties of tulips I had ordered up to this point. I'll show you how I had planned on storing those and what my backup plan is. Oh no, oh no. We'll plant about 300 tulips together, and I'll give you a sneak peek into my latest last-minute bulb order. The box of tulips arrived. This is the second order and last order of the year. And if you stick around until the end, I'll introduce you to our goats. Wait, you haven't seen the first order yet. Last year I grew a couple hundred of tulips. I'll link to that video at the end of this one. When those blooms started to fade, I started getting notifications for the pre-sales for fall planting. I knew I wanted to grow tulips again, and bulbs sell out fast. I had planned putting aside one of the 3x8 beds for tulips this year, so I placed an order for 400 bulbs to be delivered in the fall. My first order was an assortment of giant Darwin hybrid tulips, plus 50 more of two others that caught my eye. I expected the assortment of bulbs to be delivered in one big bunch like I had received last year, but they were divided up into individual varieties with a box of 50 for each one of them. First up, the apricot impression. These are a tangerine orange, a little bit of red, a little bit of pink, and some yellow as well. Pink impressions are a bit of a rosy color, and they have a yellow-black interior. Next up, salmon impression. Now these are a salmon apricot color with a pink glow and a steel blue base. I think these are going to be gorgeous. These next ones are daydreams, not part of the impression series. They are an orangey apricot-y color as well. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Blushing impression is, again, a mixture between the sort of pinks and lemons, but it is paler and looks more delicate to me. And the final one included in this blend is Hakun, a very, very white tulip. The additional type that caught my eye were some Rococo, and I may not say this correctly, Kaiser Kroon. So when I opened the refrigerator to show you guys the tulip bulbs down there, I found water. A lot of water. So now we're moving to plan B for chilling these bulbs, and that is to move them all into the vase room. The temperature and humidity in that room stays pretty stable. My biggest concern with keeping bulbs there are that mice can get in. I had some bulbs in there last year, and that's where I kept them, and I didn't have any mice damage at all, but when you put hundreds of dollars worth of bulbs in there, that's probably when they're going to get in. My plan is to check on them frequently, hopefully catch it if there becomes a problem, catch it really early. I found a variety of methods to grow tulips. Indoors, outdoors, in crates, hydroponically, the list goes on and on. So I started planning on forcing tulips indoors so that I can have a consistent supply of tulips throughout the winter and into the spring. After some calculations, I realized I needed more bulbs. My second order was pretty late in the season and there wasn't a lot of choices left. So I ended up with some Banja Luka. I got 50 of those. I had a few of them in the mixed tulips I had last year and really enjoyed that color. So I thought I would grow a bunch of those and see how much you guys like those. And then because I liked the variety of tulips that we grew last year, I ordered 300 wellspring tulips. So this will be a variety again. We're going to grow them outdoors in the raised bed. So my original plan for this second order was to plant them here in the 3x8 beds, but then I am worried about snails and slugs, and we do have some overgrown grass here. It's been pretty wet and we haven't been able to get out here to address it yet. Finding those bulbs downstairs in the refrigerator has accelerated that process, so we are absolutely getting these bulbs in the ground. We topped off one of the 3x8 beds with compost, and I got started planting. I poured the bulbs into the bed to make it easier to reach them, but I made the mistake of pouring them where I was planting them. So note to self and note to you to pour them to the side. Once that was done, I got to planting 100 Banjaluka tulips. I did notice changing sides of the beds made it easier, so planting on one side and then moving to the other side to plant them rather than trying to reach across, especially with so many tulips. I wasn't sure how many bulbs were going to fit in these beds, so there's 200 on the left side and 100 on the right hand side. I think I can probably get 300 in each side, and these bulbs are fairly large. Once all the bulbs were in place, it was time to cover them up with compost. We have some really good compost we were able to pick up from one of the local suppliers here. What's up next for the flower farm? Got to get 2 of these beds here cleared out because we have tulips arriving in 2 more days and they have to go in the ground right away. I've put in an order for some crates, so I will be moving some of these bulbs into crates and then putting them back into the vase room to see if they can grow some roots. So another experiment. For other cut flowers, we're converting some of the front yard into new plant beds, and I'm going to start winter sowing soon. I have a lot of seeds that I ordered, and winter sowing is the only way I'm going to be able to get those all started in time. Oh, and I remembered I had some ranunculus that I ordered. I need to get that also pre-sprouting and figure out a game plan for how I'm going to grow that this year. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more of our adventures from this farm, subscribe. Until next time, thanks for visiting.